back in this thing. That's a terrible intro, but welcome back to... You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Welcome back to the Battery Baseball Podcast. I am Cody.
And I am Ricky.
And we have what should be our most filled show ever.
I know it's going to be my favorite topic we've ever talked about.
Ever. And it's literally the furthest thing from baseball ever.
Yeah.
Talked about.
We're sorry for the people that listen just to hear baseball. But
you're not getting much of that tonight, I'm sure.
You're going to get it. But you're gonna have to wait for a second.
You gotta sit through the first couple minutes. Luckily, this is on the internet, and you can fast forward through everything.
And if you're a sports fan like we are, I'm pretty sure you've heard about it.
Yeah, because this news just came out today. The video is from April.
Yeah.
So
is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This happened in April. In case you guys don't know what we're talking about, TMZ Sports released a video from Newport News, Virginia Police Department of an ex-NFL quarterback, if you want to call him that, running from the police. I take that back. He left the police in his dust and didn't look back. Literally, didn't have to. He was gone.
Okay.
Rumbling, stumbling.
The assailant that we were referring to is Marcus Vick. Apparently, these officers cornered him, or what they thought was
inside what looked like a gym or like an arcade.
It looks like he can't get away. They're questioning him about something. The video starts off very civil.
He's
then,
surrounded.
Out of nowhere, Marcus Vick breaks a tackle.
Hits him with the juke move.
And he is absolutely gone from these cops.
And he cuts through the parking lot. He's dodging cars.
And... he finds this straight sidewalk.
Yeah.
And the officers get on the sidewalk, and you can see from their body cam, he's far, but he's still in their view. He runs for a little bit. The body cam peeks back up, and
he's even further the second time we see Marcus Vick in this video. He literally had like a half-mile lead on these guys. He
almost disappears from the video.
It's almost like he ran a 4.42 at the 2006 NFL Combine. The dude, he's still got it.
And then this officer that has the body cam on, he says, okay, he's sitting down. I think he's stopping. It looks up again. Marcus Vick is not on the same sidewalk that they're on.
When the officer said that, they were catching up to him.
It's about 50 yards in between him and the road. Marcus Vick is on the other side of the road, just sitting down.
Waiting.
Sitting down.
Just waiting.
He had time to rest. Later in the video, after they apprehend him, put him in the car, the officer's talking to a bystander, and he says, yeah, we had him surrounded. I knew if he ran, we weren't going to catch him. And that held true.
It was true, man. If Marcus keeps running, if he cuts down a side street, nobody talks about this because the video would have ended. Nobody would have ever released it because the cops would have been so embarrassed that they just got...
I think that they're pretty embarrassed
literally,
now. That's why
someone
it took
ran away
now. That's why it took until now for this video to come out. They are embarrassed. And I can almost promise you it wasn't a cop that, leaked it.
No.
Unless this particular cop just realized how funny the video actually is.
And in retrospect, it probably is pretty funny.
Because they are huffing and puffing. And when he's talking to the officers, it just kind of sounds like he had another day at the office.
Yeah, like he wasn't shocked that they were putting him in handcuffs. He wasn't really resisting arrest at that point. He was just waiting on it.
It's almost like he was running and he just decided, okay, I'll stop.
I've had enough now. They're not going to catch me if I don't sit down. So let me just take a break. And I heard on sports radio here in Atlanta earlier today that Marcus Vick said he was tired. That's why he sat down. So if you guys haven't seen this, literally Google Marcus Vick police chase.
Please go look it up. If you're having a bad day, it shall brighten it.
Especially as a sports fan. Like, it's just funny to hear the Vick name Well, it's not funny to hear the Vick name associated with trouble again.
But it's hilarious that the paradox that it is that his brother's trying to do so much good to,
Hell, you don't even hear Mike Vick's name anymore.
Not in anything negative, for sure.
No. And we really hadn't heard much from Mike Vick since last year when the preseason started and he was getting a lot of playing time. Or the regular season.
When Ben Roethlisberger
when Ben Roethlisberger was hurt. So, yeah, because it was that first game of the season Mike Vick started.
It wasn't. I don't think he started. Yeah.
Yeah, he started that game. Because it was like a big deal. I made sure to watch that game. Mm-hmm. And they played really well against the Patriots.
He did. And he ended up having... But I don't know if the pass he threw towards the end of the game was the touchdown or if they just got deep into the red zone. But he ended up having a pretty big pass.
It was a good game for someone that hasn't been at the top of his game in a while.
Right.
But yeah,
it's a while. Let's say a couple years. Because his last years in Philly were
pretty good.
Immaculate.
Yeah, he almost won the MVP.
He should have won the MVP.
You're right, Tom Brady. You cheating?
If he plays that entire year, there's no doubt in my mind that he does win the MVP.
He did win Comeback Player of the Year that year, though, which is really good. It's like that's a secondary award. But for Mike Vick, that's good. For Marcus Vick, thank you for this video. Thank you for giving us 7 minutes of filler to talk about you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, all right.
We're going to get the baseball part of this show started.
Oh, gosh.
And we've had a lot go on. We just had the Hall of Fame induction.
Which was great. Did you see Griffey's speech?
We're going to get to it.
Okay.
It's on the list. I want to talk about active baseball players for a second before we get into the emotional side, because we'll talk about it. But we just got out of the Hall of Fame stuff, which was really nice. But we've still got my favorite time of baseball season, which is the trade deadline, because I love acquisitions and people moving, switching teams and everything.
Right.
That's just who I am. If I could pick any career, it'd probably be GM of any baseball team.
Right.
If it was the Yankees, I would ruin them.
Third baseman of any baseball team.
And I'd sign you.
I appreciate it.
I'd give you a shot.
Thank you.
You'd have to work your way up, though.
That's okay.
But I'd start you in Double-A.
Oh, nice. That'd be perfect. I'd fit right in with my age.
Yeah, you'd be right there.
I'd be on the normal track to the pros.
Yeah, you just gotta ride buses for a couple months. I'd even give you a shot in September when the rosters expand.
Do they still ride buses in Double-A?
Yeah.
I feel like times have changed.
Nah, they don't even get paid fairly. Did you not hear about all the legal stuff that was going down with minimum or minor league baseball players and wages and everything?
I did not.
Oh, well, yeah, it was a big fiasco and stuff, and baseball just does not want to give up on having to pay those guys dollars or dimes compared to all the money they're making. But with the trade deadline coming up usually it's July 31st. This year it's August 1st, so we got one more day. 5 days from now. There's been a couple minor moves, one really big move.
It was big.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
That's the first one I've got listed here on our handy dandy topics list today, which I actually wrote down instead of notepadding it on my phone.
Because we are peasants today. But before we get into the benefits of that the Cubs get from it, I was asking my dad because he's a Yankee fan,
mm-hmm.
and I asked him, "What do you think about them trying to trade away Aroldis? Because they're still in the wild card race.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like pitching is definitely something you need, and that 7, 8, 9 that they had was locked down.
Mm-hmm.
Playoffs, that comes into play.
The playoffs, that's the biggest. There's no bigger stage for relievers than the playoffs. You have to have a good bullpen to be successful. That's why we've seen the Royals be in it the last 2 years. They've had a great bullpen.
Right.
If you can just get to the fifth inning, the Royals
bullpen
took
take
it over.
So I'm thinking that if the Yankees aren't going to give up on this year, which when I saw it, they were 2-3 games out of the wild card. Still very attainable.
They're in it.
Very. Yeah. I was thinking that they'd be trying to add instead of give away their shutdown closer.
Yeah.
And he said to me, well, they're probably going to see how this week, plays out, and they'll make a decision after that. They had a good week.
They have, man. They've been playing good ball, which even if they continue to play good ball, it's not like they don't have anybody at the back end. They held on to Andrew Miller. They've still got Dylan Betances.
They don't, but 8 and 9, you give one more inning for somebody to get in on somebody else.
That's true. And we've still got a couple more days until the actual trade deadline, and then we all know there's non-waiver trades. Right. And then the waiver trades after the actual non-waiver deadline on the August 1st this year.
Right.
So there's still time for them to make some moves if they feel that they can compete. However, I have seen reports where they're kind of split in the front office in New York.
Right.
Where like, Brian Cashman thinks they're in it. The owner doesn't think they're in it.
Right.
I
mean, they're right there on the fence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they're even 6 or 7 games out of the wild card at this point, then you can kind of say, okay, let's just put all in for next year.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's so much in it, they're in it to. I mean, they can win the wild card easily. They can get the first place wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Even the AL East isn't set.
Mm-mm. No, I mean, there's still 2 teams there that are going to probably fight it out to the end, which that's going to be an exciting race coming down.
Right.
That'll be fun to watch.
They probably are going to fight it out to the end, but the only thing is the Yankees aren't out of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the second half of the season just starts. I don't know exactly how many games you are out of the AL East title, but you're close enough to still make a push.
Quick side note, Garrett Cole went all 9. Earlier when I said he only went 5 1/3, I didn't realize what time it was. It was in the middle of the game, clearly.
And he only gave up 3 hits.
Yeah,
I think he had a pretty good day.
Happy birthday to A-Rod.
Who cares?
Yeah, but yeah, I've seen so many things saying that the Yankees were considering releasing Birthday Boy himself, and which would be stupid because then you're just eating ungodly amounts of money for nothing. Like Braves fans, we were all upset when we were eating Dan Uggla's money and thought we were just gonna have to sit it out with BJ for the rest of his contract. So eating kind of money like that. I've seen reports that they were considering releasing Mark Teixeira.
That one I don't necessarily agree with.
No, it's
A-Rod is definitely done though, and like I said to you, him getting to 700 isn't so locked in, even though he's only 4 away.
I don't know, man.
Even though he's only 4 away, he's only facing lefties, and
Joe Simpson hit more than 4 home runs. Man.
With the exception over a career,
you're right.
Over a career, okay, he only hit 9. All right, let's not just throw that out there, okay? A-Rod, with the exception of the other night, because you almost got me until I went and looked it up. But before that one, it was a month.
Yeah, he went a month between homers,
and he wasn't hurt.
No, he's just not playing, man.
He's not playing, and he's not hitting one.
They don't have any reason to play A-Rod, man. He's a distraction. He's a distraction more than a contribution,
right? And nobody's gonna go out on a limb for a 40-something-year-old.
42 as of today. Because he's a year younger than my mom.
42-year-old.
They were born on the same day.
A 42-year-old DH.
Yeah.
Because that's all he is now.
I don't know, man.
That can just face lefties.
I'm just saying, if someone was dangling Poppy,
that's totally different.
But you said nobody's going out there for a 40-year-old DH. It ain't like Poppy gonna sit up 5 times a week.
You let me finish. A 42-year-old DH that's only facing lefties and not even producing there. Poppy is out here hitting anything that you're throwing at him.
You're right.
He's also hitting .324 with 25 bombs? 24 or 25 bombs?
24, I think, unless he hit one tonight.
Which he did.
Okay, so 25 home runs for David Ortiz, who, for some reason, is hanging it up, man. He just upsetting me.
I mean, it sucks that he's hanging it up, but...
Poppy still got 5 years in him, man.
He probably does, like this. But I'd rather see Poppy retire now than 3 years down the road. About that. He's hitting 163
and hurt every other day.
You know, so it sucks, but we're going to see him go out on top.
We got completely sidetracked from, like, the Cubs side of things.
We did. But, I mean, they got a great closer. They made their bullpen better.
And it really John from GameStop, who's gotten into baseball a lot this year, he texted me immediately after it went down. He said, if the Cubs don't win it all this year after going all in for a guy like Aroldis Chapman, they get to levels like what we expect out of Golden State this coming year.
Right.
If Golden State doesn't win it all, you consider it a bust.
Right. If Golden State doesn't win 74 games even, I consider it, or at least 73 again.
They need to, they got to duplicate and take a step forward.
Which sucks, because they had the best regular season to ever be had.
Yeah.
It's honestly illogical to think that they do it again.
Yeah.
But when you add Kevin Durant, you would think that they would. And we are going way off topic because we don't talk about basketball.
We don't. This is not a basketball or a football show. This is just a baseball show. Anyways, back to the Cubs. They traded away their top shortstop, top prospect.
But
they don't. But at the same time, you could have Aroldis move to the outfield. God, they've got so many outfilders.
I think
Kyle Schwarber's coming back. What'd I say?
You said Aroldis. But
oh yeah, he can't play the outfield.
But
I don't know, man. He probably hit 120 from the outfield.
Probably could. But you have Addison at short. You have Ben Zobrist right now at second.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not the only person that has played second for them this year and played it well.
Mm-hmm.
They have Javier Baez.
Addison Russell can play second if you need him to.
Dude, they've got an
Tommy La Stella,
Tommy La Stella, who's still relatively young. They've got an ample amount of talent, and especially infield talent. Also outfield talent. They just got talent. They don't necessarily need to add anything, especially if they have it in their farm system and they can send him away and get something like Aroldis Chapman in return.
They went after what they needed. They've had
and they gave up what they had a little bit of an overflow in.
Yeah, they gave. If you don't know, it was a 4-for-1 swap. Like I said, they gave away their top prospect in their system, which we've seen what their system has produced.
Right.
So it's not like
a World Series contending team.
You're right, and I really do expect them now at past the halfway point. They are all in for this year.
Right.
This is what they see as their window. With Theo Epstein running the show up there, I've got all the faith in the world in that front office. They know what they're doing.
Am I correct in thinking that they picked up a catcher too? That's in the minors. I think they did.
The Cubs did?
Yeah. A young catcher. He's in like single A or double A.
I don't know. I don't know their system well enough.
I think they picked up somebody's not top prospect, but he was ranked pretty high and he's a catcher, and I was just thinking, well, there it is for Miguel Montero.
Yeah.
I'm almost 100% positive that.
And if they need to, when Kyle Schwarber gets back, he can still catch. So,
he's a natural catcher that moved into the outfield so they can keep his batting line.
Exactly. So the Cubs are all in for this year. They went after what they needed to go after. I don't see them making any more moves.
No.
You just said it. They've got every position
They've got
on
everything
lock.
they need.
So that's that's the biggest move that's happened so far. A much smaller trade happened yesterday with B.J. Upton going from San Diego to Toronto. And you texted me and said, don't you think the Padres could have gotten more? With the Padres eating as much money as they are, I don't think it's all of it. I think it's like $17 million this year.
Right.
They're not eating all of that, but they are eating most of it, and they only got a level prospect back.
Yeah, with the season that BJ's putting up, I'm not saying, I definitely think they traded him at the right time. Also with the Padres, just like the Yankees, I think they got a chance. I don't necessarily agree with them trading him. But if you are going to trade him, they trade him at the right time. He's having a really good year this year.
I think the Padres have given up because
I think
Andrew
they give
Kastner,
up way too soon every year.
Yeah. Andrew Kastner is now on the market as well. I've seen lots of tweets about waiting for him to be scratched, which could happen any moment now. This is the time. What I like to see on Twitter is #HugWatch. where you start hearing about guys hugging their teammates. Because, like
'Cause
today,
they're leaving.
I read the tweets today with Lucas Harrell. That's the next trade we're going to get to.
Oh, actually, San Diego is 15.5 out. So
Yeah, they've given
done.
up.
Yeah. But the Yankees, on the other hand, I'm just going to go back to this really quickly. They're 6.5 out of the division. They're 6 out of the division.
Okay.
So that's very... I'm sorry. But I just don't agree with it.
That was the rookie for the Rockies, Dahl, that they just called up. That was his first career home run. Congratulations to that guy. I hope he got the silent treatment.
Sports Center is going on behind us.
You're right, and I keep seeing baseball highlights. Manny Machado's still raking, man.
He is amazing. But
if Jose Altuve wasn't in
trading Melvin Upton, it helps both sides, I think. And I was watching Baseball Tonight last night, and they were calling him a bench bat. I don't see him as... You don't put somebody that's playing that well this year
in Toronto.
on the
You
bench.
do. In Toronto, I think that they acquired him strictly to come off the bench.
I don't like that.
And I'm sure he'll get the occasional start, but he is to them what Jeff Francoeur is to us.
Okay, they have Jose Bautista, who is also hurt last night. Don't know if he got any hits, but he was 5 of his last 35. I think it's time to actually make him just a clubhouse guy.
He is coming back from injury because he started a rehab stint recently.
Who?
Jose Bautista.
Oh, but I was talking about Jeff Francoeur in case anybody got...
Yeah, he's just there for moral support at this point.
Well, we need to keep it that way and don't let him touch the field anymore.
Yeah.
Jose Bautista.
Did you really expect
Kevin Pillar, and who else do they have in the outfield?
Ben Revere.
I'd say every 8, actually. But,
you said 5 for 35?
Yeah. He ain't getting 5 at-bats a game.
You're right.
Okay.
I don't know why we're so easily distracted.
We're so easily distracted. Well, okay. All right. I didn't realize that
Ben Revere's playing left field. You're not going to move Kevin Pillar. So
Kevin Pillar and Jose aren't moving.
Yeah, so BJ can play.
Yeah.
I
think Ben Revere, though, he might be on the bubble.
I don't know, man. Ben Revere, what's he hitting right now, man? Ben Revere ain't that bad.
I know he ain't hit 16 home runs.
Is that what Melvin's at?
I think.
Man.
I know he's got at least 15, and he's got 20 stolen bases.
Ben Revere's got better speed than BJ.
Yeah, but BJ's got 20 stolen bases. How many does Ben Revere have? Ben
Revere puts up 20 stolen bases in his sleep.
You think he's got it right now?
On his way to the ballpark, he's still 20 bags.
Do you think well, that's just theft. But do you think he has 20 stolen bases on a baseball field this year?
No.
What is he hitting?
He's hitting 216 right now.
216.
He's got 2 home runs, though.
Woo.
We know Ben Revere's not a power guy.
Okay, all right. I'll give you that. How many stolen bases does he have?
Doesn't rhyme with 15, 20. Rhymes with men.
Okay. So, like I said,
10,000.
That's
how many steals Ben Revere's got.
BJ was playing and left.
Yeah.
Stick him out there in Toronto. You get a better average. You get more power. And you get somebody that's running more.
And as we are coming down this home stretch here, you may see Ben Revere get replaced by Melvin. But overall, I think Ben Revere is probably still a better player.
If we're talking at the top of their games?
Okay, at the top of their games was 3-4 years ago. Or
we can't
5 years ago.
We can't be talking about currently, because currently, Melvin's a better player. Am I right or wrong? Are you going to look his stats up too?
No, I'm just going to go back to Ben Revere.
Okay. Well, what are you saying that hasn't
Ben
already
Revere
been
hit
said?
306 last year. What BJ
hit? I'm not there. They didn't win the World Series last year. So why are we talking about
Ben Revere's in Washington. So I take back everything I've said for the last 5 minutes. I don't even know what's going on with me.
Okay, so the fact that we can't even name their left fielder shows me Melvin Upton Jr. should be in left field. Also, Toronto has lost every game to San Diego since they made that trade. I don't know.
Yeah, they lost 8-4 today.
Oh, no, they won last night. I'm sorry. They won in the 11th inning, I think. 11th. Walk-off wild pitch.
That's a terrible way to lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Saunders. Michael Saunders is in left field for them.
How's he playing?
Michael Saunders is hitting 284, 19 home runs, 1 steal, but he's got an OPS of 910.
Okay.
So,
all right. So yeah,
better player than
he's
BJ.
gonna come off the bench.
If
we were talking about Ben Revere, though.
Yeah, and I want to retract everything I've just said about Ben Revere because he's not even in Toronto.
Yeah, see, you got me going off on tangents.
He don't even play baseball in that country no more. So
that league, that country,
just
nothing.
Yeah, none of that.
Not even the same field surface.
And Michael Saunders is hitting. Michael Saunders got 3 home runs in his last 7.
Okay, I mean, I understand now, but if we were talking about Ben Revere, that's when I had a problem. I definitely think BJ should be starting over Ben Revere.
Do you know that the MLB website does StatCast averages now?
No, I did not.
That's on their page. Average launch speed for Michael Saunders is 91.25.
We are not going to get sidetracked again.
Okay, yeah. All right, let's move on. The Braves also made a trade today.
They did.
They sent Lucas Harrell and Dario Alvarez to the Texas Rangers for a minor league prospect named something. Something
like Murrieta or something.
Denefried.
That's what it was. But anyway, this guy's got 25 homers so far this year. He's playing in single A.
Mm-hmm.
He's in A ball. He's got 25 homers. He's hitting 272. And he's capable of playing all infield positions and in left field. I think we won on that trade, personally. I like what they're doing. He'll probably be up in 2 or 3 years if he continues.
And he's a colored.
Okay.
Travis Demeritte.
Okay. I don't believe
has quickly developed into one of the game's top power hitting prospects. It's a great credit to our pro scouting staff and a great credit to our coaching staff that we were able to get these players who weren't with the Braves 9 weeks ago and put them in spots where they had a lot of success. For us to be able to get back somebody we think can become one of our best hitters, that's very satisfying, right. John Coppolella said today. So, yeah, that is very exciting to hear that we are now getting a power hitting guy that can play a corner outfield spot or corner infield spot.
That's what we've been missing.
Where we've got a hole.
And getting all these trades and all our draft picks, we were missing a power bat. And
not just a power bat, but a third baseman. That's the biggest thing for me.
Oh, yeah.
Because 3 years from now, I don't want Adonis Garcia playing third.
No.
I want
3 weeks from now, I don't want Adonis Garcia
3 minutes from now, I don't want Adonis Garcia playing third. Although he did hit the home run yesterday.
Couldn't care less.
Man, he got us a win. You just really hate.
I wouldn't say hate, but
they call him Adongus Garcia because he hits so many dongs. Which, if you didn't know out there, that's slang for home run. I feel like you're looking at me like that because you didn't know dong was slang for a home run.
No, I knew that, but I'm not calling him that.
All right, well, anyways, the Braves made a good trade today.
Yeah,
one that can help us, maybe not in the near future, but 2-3 years into SunTrust Park, I'd like to see him.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this.
Exactly. 2 or 3 years down the road, I hope he gets called up and he's playing third for us.
This infield is going to look so good in a couple of years.
I'm going to love it. Him, Dansby, Albies.
And then Freddie.
And then Freddie.
First.
And hopefully my man Jace stays on the team because he looks comfortable.
And I'm telling you,
I don't know if you saw
that's what it is.
Yesterday.
And I said earlier this season that Jace had the athleticism to play left.
And he's been hitting pretty decent. I hope that he can find a home here for a little while because he's definitely not going to find
Freddie Freeman doubles again, or drove in another run. That's 4 tonight.
Ribbies,
so he's having a heck of a game against the second worst team in baseball today.
But he's playing for the first worst.
Yeah, we are now competing for the worst record in baseball.
Woo!
Well,
we're not even the best at being the worst.
Well, right now, technically, we are.
Yeah, but we're about to let somebody take it from us. Because we won last night.
Yeah, and it's a 2-game set, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, are they coming here?
I don't know if it's a 2-2.
I think it is.
Probably.
I think I saw the schedule one. That's who we had it with this year. But anyway, sorry.
We've discussed the 3 trades that I at least found important this week. There's been some other ones. The Blue Jays traded Drew Storen for Joaquin Benoit.
Not ain't big ones.
Yeah. But let's move on to potential moves before the rest of this frenzy that is the trade deadline wraps up.
Right.
There is a name who's on the market.
It's a lot of names that are on the market.
There's a big name that's on the market. Chris Sale.
Right. And I think he's only on the market because of recent events.
Yeah, but and because of him cutting up uniforms in the locker room and stuff, it's also brought people's attention back to the way he acted with the whole Drake LaRoche. Sorry,
right.
If you listen to us, you 14-year-old boy who has the coolest dad in the world. The way he acted when all that was going down, he seemed to want to be the vocal leader about what was going on then,
right.
back in spring training. And still, he seems to be a distraction.
And when the whole Drake LaRoche thing was going down, I backed him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was in the wrong at all. But this one it just seemed a little, it seemed like it was a little too much. You know what I mean?
Where could you see Chris Sale landing here in the next couple of days if Chicago decides to move him?
If Boston could get him.
That'd be a good move by Boston.
If Boston
could get him.
I don't know what they would get back.
Boston probably would have to come off of Yohan Moncada, their top prospect. And I don't see Boston. They gave him a lot of money. Play? Left field, right field. He's a hell of an arm.
Well, I'll say it like this though. Mookie, Jackie, and the guy's name is slipping from me. But he's real good. He's great. Not utility guy, but he can play anywhere.
Travis Shaw?
Not Travis Shaw. He's having a good year, though. But, white guy.
Brock Holt.
Brock Holt's
their
outfield set.
Yeah, he's been sneaky. But, man, a guy like Yohan Moncada, I don't know if you've paid much attention to him or know who he is.
I haven't.
He was at the Futures game. He's going to be one hell of a talent if he pans out in the majors.
Yeah.
So I could see
that's a big word that you know. Like
you're right.
If I mean, we got Brock Holt. We got these three guys who have
already proven they're capable. Yeah.
In the majors. Go all in. Go all in for this, man. It's Poppy's last season. You're at the top of the division. The Orioles aren't going anywhere. It's only going to get tougher. Go get Chris Sale, and you got a 1 and a 1A there in the starting rotation.
Cramp. I'm catching a cramp in my thigh right now, guys.
Okay.
It's pretty bad. Another big name on the market is Jay Bruce, who I feel like for the last 2 years now has been available.
Right. But I know that
Cincinnati,
because it's going to be his last year, he wants to move.
Yeah. You want to get something for him before he decides later that he wants to walk.
Right.
And I don't blame him for that. Jay Bruce is a hell of a power bat. If you can get him, if you're an AL club and you need a right fielder.
Right.
Or someone that can DH for you.
But I will say this, I think there's an even better right fielder on the market, on the trading block.
Who's that?
He resides in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, Carlos Gonzalez. That's another name that's been out there for a while.
Exactly. And I think I'm not saying Jay Bruce doesn't help a team out, but with Cargo, I feel like you get a little bit more. You get a little bit more consistent power. You get a little bit more average. You get a better defender, I feel like.
You get a guy who's got everything but the speed he used to have.
Right.
And he's had a lot of leg problems and stuff.
He's had leg problems. He's getting older.
Yeah.
Of course.
But you still get a better player. I don't know that Colorado is really looking to move anybody at this point. I think that they want to see...
That's the thing, though, man. What are they playing for?
Nothing right now.
It's going to be nothing in 2 months.
You're right. This year may not be for them, but maybe if they hold on to Cargo and they've got this doll kid come up now, Trevor Story, who
played amazingly against.
Man,
keeping up with.
What did he have? Like 4 or 5 home runs in 4 games.
We gave him the National League Player of the Week
and Rookie of the Year. Probably because he's gonna break the record if he hasn't already for home runs by a rookie.
Doesn't make sense.
None whatsoever. So Jay Bruce, Chris Sale, Cargo, Jonathan Lucroy is another name that's still. I know you just don't like him.
I just don't see his value. It's weird. it's weird.
The value's there.
You show me the numbers. I can find a better catcher somewhere. That's just my opinion. If I'm a GM, I'm not looking at Jonathan Luke.
We've argued about it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it so often. I remember a late night conversation during fantasy baseball season one year where we argued about it so long for no reason. So yeah, it should be fun the next few days. I'm thinking about skipping my D Gordon topic because he's coming back soon.
He will be back, and Miami will be ready to take a shot at that National League East title. That's all.
And I really wouldn't mind seeing them win that title because I really just don't like the Nationals.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. And the Marlins I feel like they have the talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they've treaded water enough.
I feel like
they tread water enough for D Gordon to come back, and that changes things. And
they blew somebody out tonight.
Yeah,
I think it was like 10-1.
It was the Phillies, but
yeah, but still. Let's skip ahead. Let's spend our last segment here talking about Sunday's emotional speeches. Because Mike Piazza, he was definitely moved to tears.
Not gonna lie to you, I skipped his. I wasn't able to watch it.
I forgot till about 2 weeks ago that he was also elected. So if that says anything about who I was really looking forward to seeing, honestly, I was just hoping that Ken Griffey got that day all to himself, which would have been amazing. I feel like you get 99.3%.
They should just have a separate induction.
Mike, you get Saturday. Sunday's all about the kid.
Yeah. You'll have an untelevised induction. You're still going in the hall. You'll
get your plaque.
You can still have your speech. Just cut it down to 5 minutes instead of 15.
None of the other Hall of Famers are going to be there, though.
But
we're not going to open up all of Doubleday for you.
Right.
But
you'll
only
still be in Cooperstown.
Yeah.
But Griffey... Because, like I said, I tried to watch Mike's speech. I did. But I just didn't get nothing from it. I wasn't a fan of him when he played. Didn't think he was bad or anything.
No, and it was mostly because of who you rooted for growing up, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like if he played in another division his whole career.
It might be different.
Yeah, I would have probably had a much greater appreciation for Mike Piazza.
I was very surprised, though. He's got the most home runs ever by a catcher. That is something to go into the Hall for.
Mm-hmm.
Because there have been some really good catchers to play this game. Really
You're
good
right.
hitting catchers
You're
to
right,
play this
man.
game. So,
there's been plenty of them.
He deserves to be in the Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. But I just wasn't excited to see his speech. Griffey, on the other hand, could have sat there for an hour just watching him talk.
I really could have listened to him all day.
He got a lot more emotional, though, than I thought he would.
And anything that day, I was at work Sunday, just literally, like you said, you skipped Mike Piazza's because you DVR'd it. I had it streaming on my phone, and the whole time I was like, Mike, I'm going to put you on mute. I'm going to go deal with these customers.
Right.
But I hope to, whoever you believe in, that I don't miss a single second of Ken's at all. And every time I would get on Twitter throughout the day, I was watching every video, paying tribute to Ken, and it really made me. It took me back to when I was 10 years old, watching him play, and how great he really was. And now that I'm older and can appreciate the game more, it really just doesn't make sense. He really is one of the greatest players to ever play this game.
Only so ridiculous also because me and my dad would talk about this when I was 13, 14 years old. When Barry Bonds is going through everything with the steroids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Griffey is he's hitting home runs left and right.
Mm-hmm.
And he's getting hurt, seems like, every year. You know he's not taking anything.
Yeah, man. After he got to
People
Cincinnati,
don't break down like that.
All he did was get hurt.
You know what I mean?
He still put up great years.
He was on pace to easily have 800 home
800
runs.
Easy, man. I'm telling you, we got to see arguably the greatest baseball player ever.
Yeah,
in his prime.
Let's not get lost in just the home runs. Gold Glover out there in center.
Hell of a defender. Had speed.
He could do it all, man. He could do it all.
Yeah, he really could do it all. And you've heard it from everybody. If you played youth baseball in the 90s, You wanted to swing like Ken Griffey.
Everybody tried to swing like Ken Griffey.
To this
I
day,
even had his shoes.
I still want to swing like Griffey.
Yeah.
I have a shirt with the silhouette on it. That
you
I
bought
love.
recently.
Yeah, within the last year, man. Because anytime I see that, just everything about the silhouette, the swing path, the backwards hat in the silhouette, because that's part of who he was as a player, and to this day, I still wear my hat backwards. I mean, I wish that I was 6'4" and could run like that.
God only makes a couple of those.
Yeah, and
like
I'm blessed I'm blessed to have seen that one.
Yeah.
And to have been able to watch him.
Griffey was amazing, man. There's no other way to put it. I wish I was born in like 1980 so I could have seen it all.
From the beginning all the way through. But still getting to see the bulk of his career from the later years in Seattle to Cincinnati to when he went to Chicago. Didn't realize he wore like 2-3 different numbers while he was in Cincinnati and Chicago. Like he wore
I know he wore 3 and 30.
30.
He wore 3 because of his dad, I think. Or was that the 30?
I think that's 30.
Of his dad.
Yeah. And then like he wore 17 for a brief period. Like he didn't even have any number. Like we all know the 24 from Seattle. But everything else he did everything the right way. Tip of the cap to you, Ken Griffey.
We love you, Junior.
I'm glad that you'll forever be immortalized.
As you should be. As one of the greats to ever play this game.
If my kids ever want to play baseball, I hope that they play just like he did.
Yeah.
And nobody
else. I hope they
else.
get as tall as he was, too. Yeah. I'm going to have to find a tall one.
Yeah, I feel like it's in the cards for my children, but...
Yeah.
For yours, they might be reaching.
It's all right.
But hopefully they work as hard as you did and play as hard as you did.
And have as much fun.
That's the biggest thing, man. I completely left that out. How many videos have you seen where he wasn't smiling?
Not many.
Outside of, Rookie of the Year. Was it Rookie of the Year he's in? No.
No, not Rookie of the
Little
Year.
Big League.
Little Big League.
Little Big League. In that one, he's smiling. Because he says he's about to steal second and third. Might even steal home. And then he gets caught with the hidden ball trick because he's a dummy.
I apologize for my partner. He does not know what he says. He is stupid. Ken Griffey Jr. No, George Kenneth Griffey Jr. You are the best baseball player I've ever seen.
Without a doubt.
You are not quite my favorite. I'm sorry. There's a guy that played for a few years in Atlanta.
He only won 10 consecutive Gold Gloves.
He wore the number 25. He was kind of amazing.
And will be in the Hall, hopefully, in a couple of years.
I think he should be, man. And you know how I feel about this. If we are going to have a baseball Hall of Fame and not just an offensive Hall of Fame, then we need to take into account defense. Ozzie Smith, he's in there on defense.
You're right.
Barry Larkin, more so in there for his offense, too. But he was a really good defender.
Great offensive shortstop.
Right. But Andrew Jones was the best center fielder in the league for a long time. And
Melvin was playing in left field today.
Oh, okay, great. And he still got beat. But we need to value defense more so when we're talking about people to go into the Hall. And I think he's got enough credentials, in my opinion, to get in there.
And I certainly hope so. I hope that him and Chipper... I don't think Chipper will be first ballot, unfortunately. I think he's deserving.
I think he will be, only just because of, like, Mike Piazza. Because if you look at Mike Piazza, just look at his numbers aren't ridiculous.
They're not, but they are consistently good his entire career, just like Chipper.
Just like Chipper.
We're
and
running
that's
out
what
of
I
time.
think. And I hate that we're running out of time, because I feel like we could just go on 10 minutes.
We've really got a good one. Guys, I've got a job interview type thing at a real radio station tomorrow that I'm really excited about. That's what motivated us to get a good show out today. I hope that you guys
it was good.
I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this one. Even though we've had the distractions and tangents on other things that weren't baseball related, including a 15-minute discussion on Marcus Vick, we're going to have to sign off because we are literally running out of time here.
Yep.
I'm Cody again.
And I am also Ricky.
Give this a listen. If you don't like it the first time, start it over, play again.
Yeah, just keep listening to you like it. We appreciate it.
And we will be back really soon.
Thank you, guys.